I know you guys have seen these before. There was a trend at one point where there was a bunch of videos of people making these DIY charging stations, and I wanted to do it my way because I really needed it. I just moved into a house. I have an office dedicated to me, and I really felt like this is my time to like really start building stuff and making stuff myself. So I went online, got the wall control panels, which I love. They're very sturdy, but actually very malleable at the same time. I'll show you guys me actually shifting and making the holes here a little bit later. But I got the accessories kit that included a couple of different shelves and a bunch of these hooks. Comes in a bunch of different types of hooks that allow you to set it up different ways. I mean, everybody has their own layout, so you can use the hooks however you want. Every YouTube video that I saw said to take the panels, put them on the ground, get all your gear, and lay everything out. Keeping in mind where you want to put power and how you want to organize your cords. But my brain doesn't work that way. I like change. I like change that creates efficiency, and I was not very confident in the fact that I would be able to just figure everything out the first time I did it. So what I did was, instead of just laying it out that way, I actually, as you guys can see, put it into the wall, right? I grabbed a TV mount and mounted it to the back of the panel. So my idea to mount it to the back of the panel allows me to take it from being straight on to actually turning it and making any adjustments I need to make as far as power. So as you guys can see, I can have my power strip here, or if I want to move it, I can always just take it, shift it over here. I can move it wherever I want, but I have the ability to switch it. I want you guys to get a good look at this wall. This is because this is my first time doing something like this. I'm not a super handyman, but I'm becoming one. And as a result, we got scratches and holes, and me trying to write with the pencil, I made a mess. And then there was one point where I drilled the holes and things didn't work out, so I had to re-drill the holes. It was worth it. It was worth it, but it it left a mess, and I still need to go back and repaint over this. And then also, I know because there's always people who want to, you know, have a comment about everything. So no, I have not done any cable management. That is next. I have the tools for that, but I haven't done it yet. Now let's move on to the decisions I made. Now, if you would be concerned, if you're concerned with something falling off, keep in mind when you place this here, you lock it in, it doesn't move. Like it's set in space. It's not gonna move again. So I'm not worried about any of this stuff falling off. The only time I'll be concerned would be when I'm taking it off of here, but as you can see, nothing is falling off. Not a thing falls off. Also, some of my items actually have like these rubber paddings on the bottom, so they're not gonna slip off at all. Same thing with this, the same thing here. This rubber part is actually keeping it from falling. The watch is not gonna fall. The headphones are not gonna fall because it's on a hook. This would fall if I did too much movement, but as you can see, it is where it is, so it's not gonna fall off of there. And so I also got two. I did make a mistake with lining everything up, so it's not like perfectly lined up, as you can see, but it still works great. I still was able to get everything in and control everything. So this whole setup like took a lot of pressure off of me when I come home. I just literally can just drop everything in. Everything charges up pretty quick. And then I also created like a system for myself. So the red cord means it's a 65 watt charger. And then everything else is usually a 45 or a 35. But I know for certain ones like this one and this one, you need a 65. You can get away with a 45 for this one, but for this one, it won't do anything unless you have a 65 watt charger in there. The other thing that I'm able to do too is take this out. I can also, let's take all of this out. I can also charge my iPad here. Now, what makes this work out, which is what I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not, because I was thinking about it falling. This is a very expensive iPad. This is the iPad Pro Max. Is it Pro Max? No, this is the iPad Pro, the 13-inch, like the big one with the max amount of memory, blah, blah, blah. So the great thing about it is that when I put it on here, there is a magnet in the case. You guys can see that, how it's locking in. So I gotta like actually pull it up for it to fall off. So I can go ahead with the 65 or whatever, whichever plug I want to put in there. And boom, it locks in. So it doesn't shift at all, nothing moves. Now, one thing that I did run into, which is what's happening here, is that when I'm showing you guys all my mistakes on purpose to let you know that like it's a work in progress even when you get yours, when you're trying to figure out your layout, is that because of where I put the power strip over here, switch sides, because of where I put the power strip, is actually blocking this from completely attaching in here. So it kind of got a little music going on, but I just pinned it here and it works. Try it again. There you go. And it works. There's no issue with it. But also too, let's keep this in mind. If you do end up getting one of these panels, like you get in the TV mount, know that it's going to block out spots in the front. So if we swim this around, let's take the headphones off. All this is blocked, which for me is okay because my headphones are sitting right there. So I don't have to really, I'm not really using those for anything. I might buy some like little caps to go over the top of that, but it works out perfectly fine. Future Dion here. I realized I did not tell you guys anything about the tools that I use for the project. So let's start with the impact driver. This was used to install the TV mount into the wall. You didn't have to use it, but for me, it was just quicker. And I wanted to actually, start using tools for real. This was my like introductory into that whole process. And then I got, the regular drill for anything else that I need to do. So any other screws and everything else I was using that for, just to speed up the process. You can use a regular screwdriver and be able to get, all of those bolts and those screws in. The other thing that I got too were driver bits. I got additional bits for the Makita, for both of those. Got additional ones for different purposes. I really had a hard time figuring out how to drill the holes into the wall, but I did not give up. A little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of watching a couple of YouTube videos, and I was able to figure it out. The other thing I was using was this drill bit, this big clunky thing here. Now, it looks really impressive. It's very sharp. It works really well, but only when you have leverage. So I ran into some issues because when I was trying to drill these holes, see if I can get it in perspective, get into focus. When I was trying to drill those, it was hard for me to hold the panel in place to actually get the correct type of leverage that you would need to do it. So it is what it is. I ended up, after that didn't really work out the way I wanted it to or as fast, I ended up just getting a screwdriver and just pushing back and forth in between the slides. And what it allowed me to do was just to bend it just enough for the cables to get through, and everything worked itself out. So I was happy about that. So these two were used when I was just trying to strip off some bolts. I had used a different type of bolt and screw situation or a lock nut or whatever you want to call it to lock in my other power source. But when I realized I didn't need two power sources because I was going to have one power strip over here and then another power strip over here, I'm like, I don't need two places for power. All I got to do is take it off here, put the smaller one on here, and I'm going to put the bigger one under my desk for later use. So that was a whole process in itself because apparently I got silicone hex lug nuts or nuts, and it just was a pain to take off. So be smart about what kind of lug nuts you're buying. I ended up finding these, which were a lot easier to use, even though I didn't end up using them the way I originally expected to. But it comes with the correct screw size and the correct lug nut. So that was super, super helpful. And obviously the measuring tape. Measuring tape was for measuring, if you guys didn't know. And then these are what I'm gonna be using when I do my cable management. The other thing that I did get was a pair of gloves because when I was using this drill bit, it was creating metal shards everywhere and it was kind of hurting my fingers a little bit. So I ended up just getting me a pair of gloves to kind of help that part out. And then I switched from using zip ties to using these Velcro straps instead for all my cables. So now I'm using these cables, makes a huge difference. I also end up buying a lot shorter cables. So I thought I needed the super long cables to get through everything. But if you get the smaller cables, it actually works out for you really well. So those are the tools that I use. Let me know if you guys have any questions. See you in the rest of the video. So if you guys are interested in getting a similar system, I'll put links in the description so you can buy. It will be Amazon affiliate links so I can get a little kickback for it. But it's a great system. I definitely recommend it. It has definitely cleared up my desk and cleared up my office quite a bit. And it looks impressive. When the few people who come over and seen it are like, how did you build that and where did you get it and why? And I want one, even if they're not photographers, they still want to get it. So my photographers and my videographers look into it, or anyone who needs any type of hooks or organization, look into it. I think it's a great fit. Thank you for being here. Like I said in every video, I know we're creating for our friends, our family, our network, our clients. Make sure you're making time to create for yourself. All right, peace. Feel good. Feel good.